Hey Ryu, check out that blonde over there. Ryu, I think she's looking at me. Yeah, look at that sweet. Oh God, get that away from me! Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Got a couple of reviews done. This one obviously, and the Storm Collectibles Street Fighter V Zangief, which came in the other day, so please do look out for that. I will have that up real soon. So for all the new viewers, please feel free to subscribe, and yeah, thanks for dropping by in this video. So today we're going to be looking at the Street Fighter V SH Figuarts Cammy. Sorry, it's the other way around. SH Figuarts Street Fighter V Cammy. And I know a lot of people are going to say that this isn't Street Fighter V accurate, or this isn't the Street Fighter V Cammy. But hey, it's got the Street Fighter V logo there at the front, so it's got to be there for some reason. At SH Figuarts Street Fighter series packaging, the white clean background with a clear window displaying Cammy and all of her accessories. We have a picture of Cammy down there at the bottom. Street Fighter V logo, number 3 Cammy in the series. And if you move over to the side, Street Fighter V logo up there on the top again, number 3 Cammy. Moving over to the other side, we have some nice artwork here of Cammy, and I always really enjoy the artwork that they put on the side. Here we have Chun-li next to Cammy, and number 1 in the series, Ryu. And I think if you have all of these kind of stacked up on a shelf on your wall, they're going to look pretty fantastic. Looking at the back here, we have Cammy in some various poses. We got a front shot, some side shots. Funny we don't have any back shots. Smart Bandai, smart. We also got Cammy with her optional parts, which is an effect piece. We have some specs down there at the bottom, and a bio at the top in Japanese and in English. But let's open her up and take a look at what's inside. And here we have Cammy out of the package, and I'm sure most of you by now have seen, read, watched some kind of review on Cammy already. If you haven't and you've been waiting out for my review, thanks guys. But I'm sure you are all aware of the issues, or the main issue of Cammy, which is you know, something that I have a problem with also. But in saying that, it's not a terrible figure by any means. It's not a fantastic figure either, compared to the other 2 figures that I have, Ryu and Chun-li. It's probably the weakest one, maybe. I don't have Rashid, and I don't plan on getting Rashid. It's not a character that I have any affiliation with, but I do hear it is a pretty good figure. But there are some redeeming qualities, some things I actually do like about Cammy. So sit back, relax, and let's get on with it. So taking a look at Cammy's paint and sculpt work, this is Cammy wearing her Street Fighter V outfit, and I know there are a lot of Street Fighter fans out there who are going to tell me otherwise, but from all the screen captures, from all the pictures that I've seen online playing the game myself, yeah, this is definitely the Street Fighter V costume that she's wearing. You can tell by the black straps that she has on her upper chest area, and also the holster that she has on her right leg, the black holster that she has on her right leg as well. Yes, she does look more like a generic Street Fighter Cammy, probably more closer to the Street Fighter 2 series, but she doesn't have the green camo on her legs, and yeah, that Street Fighter 2 Cammy didn't have the black straps on her chest. Sculpt wise, Cammy overall, and I do say overall, is pretty good. But we're going to start with the head. First with the beret. It's pretty nicely detailed, and it does come off. It does come off. It does come off. There we go. And it does have the logo there on the front, which is printed on really nicely. The red used for the beret isn't as deep or as dark as I would like it to be. And looking at the hair, we do get the two ponytails, sorry, the two pigtails, and they are molded in a yellow flexible plastic, which is nice, and they are on ball joints, so you can pose them, which is pretty cool. And looking at the face sculpt, everything is nicely printed, nicely tampoed on, very sharp and crisp details. But I don't know, guys, what do you think? For me, the eyes seem a little too close together. This might just be me, but yeah, for Ryu, I think a lot of people complained about the eyes being too far apart, but for me, Cammy's eyes are just a tad too close. Anyway, moving on to her body, we get some nice sculpted detail there for her body, and we do have that grid pattern there on the side, which is molded as well, which is game accurate, so a nice detail there. Her straps are a separate piece, and they do have some nice detail there on them. It is just a plain black, molded black plastic. You can see some more detail there at the back. The buckle in the middle there is painted. Looking at her arms, they are molded in a light skin tone. The gloves are a bright kind of glossy red. The gloves here are molded in a shiny, glossy kind of candy plastic here. They are also painted there on the fists with a kind of glossy red paint. The cuffs and the forearm pieces are painted. Moving on to the legs. The legs here are molded in a flesh tone, and it does have some shading there. I don't know, guys, I'm not a body anatomy expert, but I don't know, her leg muscles kind of look lumpy. Anyway, moving on to her boots. Her boots are molded in a black, a straight flat black, and you can see some details there. I think these are her socks, her red socks. And over here on her right leg, we do have the pouches and the holster there in a black molded plastic as well. Alright, guys, down to business. So we're going to talk about butts. I'm going to say butt for the next couple of minutes a lot, so if the word butt offends you, you might want to skip over to the the accessories part of the review. But I know this issue has been bugging a lot of collectors, and it is a really important issue, so let's get down to it. Alright, I'm just gonna go out and say it, and I know all of you guys already know about it, but yeah, Cammy does have a butt flap, and it doesn't look good, especially when you have her kicking out like that. You know, it's just this kind of jarring flap that kind of hangs out like that, and it really doesn't look good. It's kind of ugly, and I know a lot of people were asking why they didn't go the Chun-Li route and just do it the same as they did with Chun-Li. And the only reason I can think of is because obviously if you are a Street Fighter fan, and I'm sure most of you are, even looking at both of these butts together right now, that Cammy's costume does dig in a lot deeper into her behind than most Street Fighter female characters. And I think for Bandai to make that crack area the same width would be pretty thin, and probably would be prone to breaking. But in saying that, they probably didn't even have to do that. They could go the same width as Chun-Li and kind of just paint in that green detail in the middle there, and it would have worked just as well. So again, not a fan of the butt flap, but it does look like Bandai are redeeming themselves with the future Mika release, so fingers crossed for that. And looking at Cammy's articulation, she can move her head side to side. She can't look up too far, actually not much at all, but she can look down quite a bit there. She also can tilt her head just a little. And as I mentioned earlier, her pigtails are on ball swivels, so they do have a rotation, and you can pose them quite freely. Her hair, as I mentioned earlier, is a soft rubbery plastic, but it won't hold its pose. For Cammy's arms, you do get a full 360 rotation right there. She does get 90 degrees at the shoulders. She does have an upper bicep swivel. She has a double jointed elbow, and she does also have a swivel joint there on her arm, and a wrist swivel and hinge as well. Looking at her torso, she does have an upper and lower torso joint, and it does give her a great range of motion. Woo, look at that go. So she can crunch forward quite far, and she can crunch back quite far back as well, and that is a really nice pose right there. She also has a hinge there in the middle of her waist, but no rotation. The rotation there is at the upper body. Looking at Cammy's legs, she can do almost do these splits, so she does kick pretty far, and so she should for her character and the moves that she does perform in the game, so that is expected. She can kick out a little more than 90 degrees, but you do have to kind of twist the thighs out a little bit. She does have a single jointed knee, but she does get more than 90 degrees, which is quite nice. There is no boot cut, but there is up and down movement there at the heel. No swivel. She does have toe articulation there, and she has really fantastic ankle pivot. I'm going to show you right now, but we were talking about redeeming qualities for Cammy, but she can almost do the splits while planting both feet flat on the ground there, so pretty impressive. And for accessories, Cammy does come with 3 interchangeable faces. She comes with her neutral face, very well done, nice sharp details there. Eyes are a little bit too close in my opinion, but nevertheless very well done. The 2 bang pieces here, fringe pieces here, are soft rubber plastic, so that's pretty cool. She does come with a looking to the side face, and she does come with a shouting face. Very anime-esque. For hands, she does come with 2 fisted hands, which she does come packaged with a pair of open palm, kind of fight posing hands. And she also comes with a pair of saluting, or I guess karate chop, hands as well. In addition to that, she does come with an effect piece like all Street Fighter characters. I will be showing you how to attach that on right now. So for Cammy's effect, it does come in 2 parts. The swoosh kind of part, which is molded in a translucent yellow that has some orange and white highlights on it. Very cool. And an impact part, which you do attach to this swoosh part here, which is molded in a clear plastic. So to get this on Cammy's foot, you have to split it down the middle there, and you see you have these kind of tabs right there. It's kind of hard to see that tab there. It does, you get Cammy's foot, and it does slot into those holes right there, which makes it relatively easy. And I'm going to say relatively easy, but it's going to be pretty hard for me on camera. Yep, and there we go. That didn't just take 2 hours. So what you want to do next is you want to grab the main part of the cannon strike effect, and there's going to be 3 dimples. I know it's going to be hard to see, but there's one here, one there, and one here. And you want to match them up with the clear white part. And the clear white part, again, it's going to be hard to see, but there are 3 dimples that match up with the dimples on the yellow piece as well. Here they are, 1, 2, 3. And you just grab both pieces and you kind of connect them, and those 3 dimples that are on the main yellow piece, they kind of hold the white piece together so it doesn't fall out. And there we have it. Pretty cool. Alright, just some quick size comparisons. So we have Cammy here next to her other Street Fighter counterparts, Ryu and Chun-li. And just for kicks, here we have Storm Collectibles, Zangief. Just because I have him in hand right now, and just to give you guys an idea of how massive he is and how incredibly heavy he is too. But that we will save for another review. 3, 2, 1. And looking at all 3 of them here together, they do look pretty cool. You can see the size difference between Cammy and Chun-li. Cammy being the shorter character, which she should be, and obviously Ryu being the tallest out of the 3. And just my final thoughts on Cammy. Yes, she does have her issues, poorly executed hips, butt flap, you know what I mean. Sloppy paint around her waist with the green and the skin tone, around her neck area as well. But you also can't get past the fact that Cammy, like all of the other Street Fighter characters in the SH Figuarts line, are really well articulated, come with some nice accessories, and you know, overall just really fun to pose and play around with. That being said, I really hope they don't screw up Akuma, their next release, along with Mika, I think. Both of them look fantastic, especially Akuma, which is one of my favorite characters. I think a lot of people's favorite character, but it does look pretty damn awesome in the promotional pics that they have released so far. So something to look forward to. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please look out for my next review, which will be of this big guy here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome, and I hope to see you for the next one. Take it easy. Bye.